Oh hey darling girl, and a big welcome, a big festive welcome to the Lean Girl YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a practical one. I try to make all my videos as practical as possible because when things are just knowledge but you can't put it into practice, it's no use at all. And I'm excited about this one because I'm talking today from a lot of experience. I spent so many festive seasons in the crazy restriction binge cycle. When I was restricting, I was miserable. And when I was binging, I was also miserable because I felt guilty and terrible about myself. I had no energy, I was lethargic, and I was planning my next diet. So it's a pretty terrible cycle to spend the most wonderful time of the year in. So guess what? We're not doing it this year. We are going to be doing things differently. And I really hope that these practical tips are going to help give you a few mindset shifts, firstly. And secondly, to also give you some practical tips to take away so that you can actually live your best freaking life this festive season while also feeling your best. Because we don't want to have to choose between one or the other. We don't want to have a great body but be miserable. And we also don't want to be binging and eating all the food and what's the opposite of that? Looking terrible. That's the one. So we want to have them both. We want to feel fantastic in our skin, feel confident, happy in our short shorts, and we also want to be able to indulge and enjoy all of the good things in life. And that is my Lean Girl motto, to get you to a place where you can have it all. And I want to show you that it is possible. So let me just give you a bit of backstory. As I said, I'm talking from experience here. I spent so many festive seasons. I'd first start restricting because now people, it's December. I have to restrict, eat as little as possible because for the small chance I might have to get into a bikini or wear something with shorts or whatever, I was like, it is go time. I've pretty much spent the whole year cereal dieting, and now I all of a sudden think, you know what, let me try one more. This is definitely gonna work. And then come Christmas, all the festive celebrations, I would go balls to the walls. After that restriction, I was out of control. Like, give me a snack table. I remember even one Christmas, I had a massive Christmas lunch. Like, I had been restricting before that, and then I was planning the next diet on the 26th. And on Christmas Day, I ate we had the snacks, we had the food, we had the desserts. And I remember on my way home from Christmas where I was so full. But tomorrow I was going to be back on diet. So I ate all the Christmas snacks that I had in my little stocking, pretty much in the car on the way home, planning, because the next day I was restricting. Not cookie, but I think very normal actually. So if you've done that, it's me and you too, girl. So how are we going to do things differently this year? I wanted to share 6 practical ways that have helped me to move out of this restrict binge cycle that leaves us starving or miserable and into a space where we find this beautiful balance. And that is what I want for you. I want you to be able to enjoy the festive season with your family while still being able to put on a cute outfit and feel amazing. So let's get into it. Let's start at the beginning. And the beginning of not binging is not restricting. I know it is so hard, but the restriction that we put on ourselves to lose, say, 1 kilo, if we're lucky, we will lose 1 kilo before Christmas. What that does is it sets our hormones up in a place where we are hungry. So it messes, the more we restrict, the less our calories are. Those leptin and ghrelin signals are all over the show. And as soon as we have access to indulgent, delicious, highly palatable food, we have very little chance of sticking to that willpower and discipline and being able to tap into that. So what I really need you to know is the results that you can make in 1 month, you will eat back in a few days if you are going to head into binge city. And let me tell you that almost all restriction leads to binges. So a much better approach is going to be doing a slow, steady Nothing wrong with wanting to lose some fat, nothing wrong with wanting to lose a few kilos before the festive season, but do it in a way that is sustainable, that is enjoyable, and that you can actually stay consistent. And you're gonna head into the festive season much more calm, cool, collected, more willpower, discipline. I can enjoy that. Nah, I'm not gonna go for that. Just be more calm and peaceful, and you're not in this crazy zigzag of diet and restrict. Number 2 is I want you to lean back on your routine. Girls, my routine keeps me sane. No matter if I'm in Cape Town, if I'm in Joburg, if I'm traveling, there are certain things in my day that make me feel grounded and centered. I call it my routine is my home. Just bring me back to my home, like it's my mental home where I can do my bit of exercise that makes me feel great. I'm drinking my water, that makes me feel great. I have a protein and a carb for brekkie no matter where I'm at. That makes me feel great. And every time you're feeling kind of out of sorts or you feel yourself slipping either into restriction or into binge city, I want you to just come home. Come home to your routine and just tick off those things that you know make you feel great. What's doubling down on this is even when you do have an indulgent day, I don't want you to try and make up for it the next day, try and do lots of cardio, try and like burn off the calories. Just come back. You will be in a much better mental space. And for the next indulgent moment, you're gonna be in a much better place and you're gonna feel way more in control. So lean back on that routine of yours. Even when I'm on holiday, it doesn't mean that now all of a sudden breakfast is Cinnabons and for lunch I'm having burgers with truffle fries and dessert. No. Where I can, like if you think about the real number of indulgent, super indulgent days, maybe there's a handful of them. For the rest of the time, you can still enjoy your normal kind of foods that make you feel great and still be in some kind of normal routine. Okay, point number 3 is please don't be an overachiever.
So I'm clearly nailing it at all these things.
Losing fat between, let's say, the 24th of December and the second week of Jan is not going to be possible. There are going to be many indulgent moments. And if you are able to just maintain, you are winning. You are winning big time. So let that be your goal. If you are calorie and macro tracking, head up to maintenance. Even if you aren't tracking, just eat a normal, decent portion of food. You don't have to try and restrict. Let's all just put up our hands and be like, we will not try and lose kilos between those dates. Like, it should be illegal, okay? It's just not conducive to losing fat. More indulgent foods, more celebrations, more champagne. Be okay with staying at maintenance. And if you head into Jan, just maintaining, you're gonna give yourself a big old pat on the back and maybe some new activewear, because I think that that's good going. Okay, here is now a practical tip. I told you I wanted to make this practical, but throughout the festive season, a little rule that I keep to myself is a 1 per day rule. And I love this because it's practical and I actually get excited to plan what my 1 per day is going to be. And essentially this is off the back of my favorite saying of all time, you can have it all, just not all at once when it comes to fat loss. So really be selective about what you want to indulge in each day. And each day it could be different. Today I'm going to have a mince pie. Tomorrow I'm going to enjoy some delicious wine. The day after that, maybe I'm going to have a croissant for breakfast. If you stick to that 1 per day rule, you can indulge in normal portions. You can still have a massive variety of all the delicious food. And of course, this doesn't count for Christmas or New Year's Day where you're having these big family feasts. But for your everyday life, when there are lots of things going on, stick to your 1 per day. And I promise you, you are going to come out the other side of this having not gained a gram, still feeling great, and still being able to indulge. So please use this in your own life. 1 per day, and we're gonna call it the OPD, okay? You better tag me on Instagram, and this is my festive season OPD for the day, and show me what you're indulging in, and I'm gonna be posting mine too. Here we go with number 5, another practical one. So I've made a cute abbreviation that is gonna help you remember the 4 biggest culprits for gaining fat over the festive season. Number 1, the word is loss, by the way. This is how we're gonna remember it. Number 1 is liquid calories. Girls, the cocktails, the alcohol, the fruit juices, they add up a ton of calories and they really don't account for much. Like, they don't fill your stomach up, they aren't really that important or satisfying. So if you can limit your liquid calories, you are going to be winning. The next is the O in loss, which is oils and butters. There is no need to add lots of additional oils and butters in your cooking. I know if Grammy is making her potatoes, she's probably gonna be throwing the oil on there. But if it's up to you, if it's your own plate of food, just don't be smearing the oils and the butter. Like, don't take oil and then dunk bread into it. Okay, I wanna see you doing that. The O, limit oils and butters. The first S is snacking. I know we love a good snack, but if you stick to your meal times and you don't indulge in all of the snacks in between, you are going to get to the end of the day in a much better place in terms of your overall calories. These calories add up like crazy and they don't really make us feel satisfied either. So have a decent meal, sit down, eat it, and then move on until the next meal time. And then the last S is seconds. We're not going for seconds. And these don't count, of course, for Christmas and New Year's, where it's a really special occasion and there's lots of indulgent food. But this is just for the general festive season, whether you're going on holiday, whether you're spending time with family. If you apply this to every single day, I promise you, come January, you are going to be so happy that you did. So last but not least was seconds. Do not serve up second helpings of food. Have your generous plate of food, enjoy every bite mindfully, and then again, move on. No liquid calories, no oils and butters, no snacking, and no seconds. And then you're also gonna apply your OPD, 1 per day rule. And those are 5 super practical things that you can do. And lastly, and very important, I just want you to be mindful. Be mindful if you get caught up in old negative thinking patterns that are saying, restrict or go crazy, you're gonna diet tomorrow. And I want you to believe that you can do things differently. If we believe we can or we believe we can't, we're probably right. And I want you to believe in yourself. And I also want you to have a little bit of grace with yourself, because you are human. We all overindulge every now and again. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you failed. It means that you are human. And guess what? You can go right back home to your beautiful routine, to the things that make you feel great in the next meal, maybe it's the next day, and you are totally in control. I want you to know that you can do things differently this year. You can have a beautiful, indulgent, festive season, enjoy time with family and friends, enjoy the food in a way that is beautiful and balanced and makes you feel good. So my wish for you this festive season is that you show up feeling like your best self, that you also are able to indulge in a beautiful, balanced way, and that you just enjoy and embrace each beautiful moment that you get to spend with friends, with family, with loved ones. And if you do find yourself getting caught up in old ways of thinking or restrictive thinking, I want you to come back and watch this video, save this little link somewhere, and you can just have a nice reset on how you can bring yourself back. I really hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you're gonna put our 5 practical tips into practice this festive season, and I will see you back here next week on the Lean Girl YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, show me all the love. It really helps my channel.